It's a given. Young children can be easily influenced by other kids, but what about when that peer pressure comes from robots? A British study has just looked into that, and Christine Birak has the details.
If a robot or some form of artificial intelligence tells you something that isn't true, chances are you just ignore it. But a study out of the UK found that's not necessarily true when it comes to children. Researchers showed kids aged 7 to 9 4 lines on a screen and asked them to identify which two were the same length. When sitting alone, the kids scored about 87% on the test. But when 3 small robots joined them, their scores dropped to 75%. Researchers found the children were more likely to give the same answer as the robots, even when they were obviously wrong. This professor and child psychiatrist says this study raises some important questions.
The era of social robots has come upon us, and it's closer than we think. And that these robots have enormous potential in both the therapeutic and educational domains, but that, as the study elegantly shows, there's also some risk.
Researchers say it's possible the children were awestruck or distracted by the robots, but they suspect the findings relate to development and peer pressure, specifically for kids 7 to 9 years old. Dr. Mitchell says with increasingly strapped budgets, artificial intelligence is expected to play a significant role. And while there are positive impacts,
we don't know the long-term effects of social robots and the underlying artificial intelligence on children developmentally. And because we don't know that, is it possible that we need some sort of regulatory framework before these robots can be used in the therapeutic and educational domains?
British researchers haven't yet tested older children to see if they're also swayed by the robots. But other studies have shown the older we get, the less likely we are to conform. Still, some say regulations and protective measures need to be put in place to protect segments of the population that are far more vulnerable. Christine Birak, CBC News, Toronto.